All right, hey everybody, I'm here with Alex and we're gonna run you through some mobility for today. We're gonna do some shoulder-based stuff. So where we're gonna start is just with some shoulder shrugs or some shoulder rolls. Cool, so we're just gonna bring the points of our shoulder blades or our shoulders up towards our ears, gently roll back. We're just gonna go through 8 or so of those, thinking about letting our head relax and making all the movement through sort of the top of our shoulder and through our mid-back. Just getting our shoulders sort of warm and moving. All right, from there we're going to take the shoulder roll and make them go forwards. So really think about, like Al's doing, pulling shoulders right back, and then rolling forward. Lovely. Cool, we're going to do another couple of those, and then we're going to grab a band or a towel, whatever you've got handy at home. So we're going to move into what we call a banded dislocate or a shoulder dislocate. So Alex is going to put a little bit of pressure out on the band as she does this. Good. We're going to take our hands from in front of us all the way up and over, down towards our tailbone, and then we're going to work our way back. Now Alex is pretty mobile, so if you get stuck through the middle or through the back and you just can't quite make it work or make it feel comfortable, that's okay. You don't have to move the whole way through range here. Only moving as far as you can get comfortably is more than fine. All right, I'm gonna get Alex to spin around and face the other way now. And we're gonna do some internal rotation. So one hand goes on your mid-back, your left hand, your right hand comes up behind your head and drops the band to the other hand. And then we're gonna straighten with our right hand. Put a little bit of pressure up. And we're really thinking about letting our left hand here get pulled up towards our back by the band. Alex is quite mobile, so she can get her hand the whole way up. She can actually link her hands. I'll get her to show you. So Al, if you take your right hand and link it with your left, if you're mobile enough to get to this position, you can, absolutely. We're gonna stay there for 30 odd seconds. If you can't get there, that's fine. We'll get you to use the band as an aid. Good, while we're here, we wanna think about our breathing. So we wanna make it take 4 seconds on the way in, really filling up in our belly. We wanna hold for 2 at the top of that in-breath. And then we want to breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to repeat that process. All right, from there we're going to change hands. So left hand is going to come up nice and high, right hand's on the middle of your back. And then we're going to straighten our left hand up above us. So what you'll see here is that Alex has opted to use the band on this side, and that's because she's right-handed and her right shoulder gets stiff and a little bit sore and uncomfortable. So if you have an imbalance, if one shoulder isn't quite the same as the other, that's super normal and fine. No need to stress about that, but we want to start to see things like that even up while we're doing our mobility-based work. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing it. So while you're in this position, I want you to be aware or cautious of pulling and really forcing yourself further into the stretch. I don't need you to do that here. Shoulders can get a bit grumpy and wound up if we do that. So really just think about, as you breathe out, relaxing into the stretch rather than using the hand that's above your head to really force yourself up into more range, okay? from there, we can slowly make our way out of that position. Alex is going to ditch the band, and we're going to grab a foam roller or a pillow or a couple of pillows, whatever we've got. Our head and our chest is going to go on the foam roller, and then we're going to take one hand up and above our head, and the other is going to be down by our side, and then we're going to swap our hands. So it's almost like we're doing backstroke or we're swimming on our back here, and we're going to slowly make our way through those positions. Okay, and then good. Focusing on our breathing while we're in these positions. And just really letting our chest open up, our lats or underneath our armpit open up. If you have a longer foam roller, it'd be good to see your head, your chest and your hips supported by that. But if you've got a short one, work with what you've got, like we're doing with Al here. Just make yourself comfortable, get that back moving and those arms moving a little bit better. Good. What you see with Al while she's doing this is her hand is coming all the way down to the floor and her forearm is too. We really want to think about relaxing into that. And moving nice and slow, letting gravity do most of the work while we're here. Okay, we're going to ditch the roller. Al's going to make her way over onto her front at her own speed. And we're going to come into a pec stretch. So her left hand's going to come out to the side. She's going to push down with her right hand and lift her right foot up and over. So I'll get her to show you that one more time. So if she comes back over to flat, she's going to put her right hand under her armpit like she's doing a push-up. She's going to lift her right foot up and she's going to roll back up and open. So her left hand's on the floor, she's stretched right out, lengthening through the front of her chest on the left hand side. So we're going to spend 30 seconds to a minute here, getting nice and comfortable, really trying to stretch through our pec, through the front of that left shoulder. Alright, and then we're going to change side. So Al is going to have to flip over and change sides just because we're short on space in here. But then same thing, right hand comes out to the side, left hand under armpit, left leg comes up and over. We just roll and open up through the front of our right shoulder there. So thinking about breathing here, trying to slow it right down and not get caught shallow chest breathing. So making sure we're using our diaphragm, our stomach's rising and falling. We're really sort of slowing it down while we're doing this. Good. Okay, we're going to make our way out of that stretch. And then Alex is going to send her hips up over her knees, and we're going to come into what I like to call a puppy dog stretch. It's not quite the yoga name, but it's a little easier to say. So hips directly over knees, hands are going to be straight out in front, and we're going to send our chest and our throat or our neck down towards the floor. We're going to feel that open up through the front of our lats, through the front of our chest. We might get a big stretch through our mid-back. And we're just going to kind of hang out there, thinking about our breathing and really slowing down and letting ourselves sink further and further into the floor. If you're not as flexible as Al, you might find that you can get your the collarbones or something towards the floor, and then you get a little bit uncomfortable, or you might have your hands out in front and your lats might be really tight and uncomfortable there. That's okay. Only moving into this as far as you can whilst comfortable is fine. And thinking about, as you breathe out and as you relax into the stretch, maybe moving a little bit further into it if your body will let you. Good. We're going to spend 20 or so more seconds here, trying to get a little bit more comfortable being uncomfortable, trying to relax, just feel ourselves soften up and get our breathing under control. All right, from there, Al's going to take her hands down. She's going to send her hips back over her feet, and we're going to come into a child's pose and just kick back, relax. We're going to spend a minute or so in this position, just taking some pressure off back, letting our hips open up, just really thinking about breathing and slowing down to finish up for today. We can make our way out of that, and that is going to be us done for today. So thanks for coming along, thanks for spending a little bit of time working on getting a bit more mobile with us, and thanks to Al for coming in.